Yo, what's up, guys? Welcome to the Looks Like On podcast. I'm here with Kalvis in person now, in the flesh.
What's up, everybody? Yeah, I'm a real person too.
Chapters 14 and 15 of Think and Grow Rich by Napoleon Hill, a book written in the 30s.
1937, yes.
How come the 30s have made so many good books? Because even like the Dale Carnegie book is also
Dale Carnegie, How to Influence. Yeah.
And there's other ones too that I can't think of the names right now, but there's like multiple books.
Right.
What happened in the 30s?
Ooh, I guess it's the Great Depression, stuff like that, right? 1929, and then
That makes sense.
30s, and
That actually makes sense. I'm not
I'm
sponsoring.
gonna slide this out, okay?
Yeah.
Yes.
Oh yeah. Cool. So chapter 14, I just have some notes here.
Okay. These are the final two chapters, by the way. So we're basically wrapping up the book. We're gonna do probably another review for the whole book, but for now we're just gonna discuss the final two chapters.
And this next chapter 14 is really abstract.
Very abstract. Yes.
Yeah, like when you first see the title of this book, it's Think and Grow Rich. Like maybe you think it's about investing or stocks or whatever, like or financial advice. It's not. It's just mindset. It's just your mindset, yeah, which is really powerful.
It is, yeah.
But then so forth in chapter 14, the sixth sense, he calls it the door to the temple of wisdom. What is the sixth sense? And don't say Bruce Willis.
Huh?
And don't say Bruce Willis.
Bruce Willis.
What is the sixth sense?
Yeah. I mean, I think in the book they describe that nobody knows where that organ is in the body, but it's supposed to be like an organ. I would say maybe these days we could say maybe it's the pineal gland or something. I don't know.
Like I remember I asked when I interviewed Denise from Tide Consulting, one of my questions to her was like, okay, so we use our eyes to see things, our senses to like feel specific things. How do we feel our thoughts? I'm not using my ears or my eyes, right? Like, how am I even aware of my thoughts? Because I'm aware, because I can hear my thoughts.
Right.
It's noisy sometimes.
Right.
And it's quiet some other times. So it's like, how am I even aware of my thoughts?
Right.
Interesting. Could that be the sixth sense?
It could be part of it, I suppose. But I think in the book they describe it's the intersection, I guess, between finite and infinite intelligence, or something like that.
Yeah, that makes sense.
So, but how do you gain access to that infinite intelligence? The interesting thing, they also discuss the same, like later in the book, that the 6 fears, right? And if you have any of those fears, then yeah, you will also not succeed really in the whole book. So it's just kind of crazy that they listed at the end of the book all
it
those
makes
reasons.
sense, because I've felt that really clearly in the past few months. Yeah, that when my faith wasn't strong, so much fear and doubt would come in. Like everything just feels impossible.
Right.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah, it's like he's claiming that the sixth sense is your subconscious's connection to infinite intelligence. But how would you define infinite intelligence?
Infinite intelligence, like that's the word they decide to describe back in the day, but like you can also, some people describe it maybe as the God or the universe. But at least with this word, it's like something that wherever people come from, they can maybe understand what it is, sort of like you can't really explain it, and it's infinite.
There's so many different labels for this thing.
Right.
People call it cosmic consciousness.
Cosmic consciousness, yeah.
Infinite intelligence, like, or whatever, like the universe itself, like, right, like.
Right.
They could call it that, I guess. The label doesn't really matter.
It doesn't matter.
It's just, can you access it or not?
Right. At least try, you know.
Or maybe access is the wrong word. Maybe just let it. Maybe it's trying to come through already. Like just let it come through.
Right. Just don't block it with your doubts.
I think when you have doubt and fear, you try to use your rational mind to find the answer, because you haven't realized that if you just stop, the thing you're trying to find, it comes to you.
Mm-hmm.
The solution you're trying to figure out with your rational mind, if you just shut the fuck up and like just chill for a second and do nothing, and it's like it just hits you while you're taking a shit or something.
Yeah, and I think we talked about earlier about Albert Einstein. He mentioned the same thing, and also the smartest scientists probably use the same method. Not just think with your mind all the time, just like but sometimes just observe your thoughts.
And that takes being humble, right? That takes being humble enough to realize like my own mind can't figure everything out.
Right.
I have to let this other thing come through.
Right. Something, I don't know, unexplainable.
Yeah,
something bigger than us. You can just let it be sometimes and just let it help you with your goals. But the first tip again in the book is have like a concrete goal, concrete desire. Because without it, it's just there's no point, right? So.
Yeah, or maybe it's possible that if your desire is not clear, like if you just drop some of if we drop some of our short-term pleasures, then our true heart's desire will be there waiting for us once we've cleared all the distractions out of the way. That might be true.
Right, but it's hard. You always want to feel good in the moment, right? So, right.
That's tempting for your mind.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah.
Only because it hasn't realized that you can feel good already. Yeah.
Right.
But that takes some detox period. Like you're going to your happiness baseline is going to suffer before you make that bounce.
Probably. It can be tough. That's why it's like tough for like quote unquote addicts or whatever like it is, like cigarettes, alcohol, whatever it is. Like, and then it's just so difficult, right? To just
And then that doubt comes in, and when you're down there, it tells you, I don't think we're gonna come back up. I think this is it. I think we're fucked.
Right.
So go get me that drug again. And then you're stuck again in the
cycle, and then like and then maybe after a few months again, you're like, okay, let's try it again, and then again. It's like,
you have to like really commit to it.
100%.
But then you need a reason to do that, right? If you don't have a reason to commit to it, then you'll be stuck in that roller coaster.
Right. So it all comes back to desire again, right? Like have strong enough desire, whether it's financial or spiritual or relationships and whatever goal it is, maybe fitness stuff.
For me, it was actually relationships. Like I don't feel that I need a family. Like I don't need it to be happy, but I do want to experience that. Right. And not only just like have a family that tolerates each other. I want to have an actual happy family, and that's my motivation to transmute all my energy. Right. And actually, it's more the motivation, right? Because our motivation is so temporary. Like this drive, is the drive. That I would prefer that. I would prefer that long-term goal than a quick drug hit. Like it's actually preferable over that. Because
having a family would be like a drug, right? But it's like a long-term drug, which is natural.
It's not instant gratification, right? It's still pleasure. It's still pleasure, but it's not short-term pleasure. Like yeah. But the mind wants the short-term.
100%.
It wants that, because or else it starts to lose hope and like, what's the point of being alive then? It starts to feel that, like, why are we even here if we can't enjoy this?
Right. And the biggest motivation is the sex again that we talked about earlier in the sex transmutation chapter, which is the strongest desire, I guess, that we have all intrinsically humans, you know.
It makes sense. Like when the animals are like in heat, like it's like they can't control themselves. It's like,
Well, humans can't control themselves sometimes, you know.
Sometimes.
So I mean, a lot of times.
But then if that is true, then you should hang out with more people who can.
Right. At least they're trying. Or at least they have maybe some goals and desires.
Yeah.
And they're going somewhere instead of just wandering around being like, whatever, like, let's just take this job, whatever, I don't really care, you know what I mean? Like, it's better to hang, like, just like like-minded people, I suppose, like, people that like, you have some goal and then you can meet similar people and then that really helps, right?
Yeah, so. Also because when you start developing yourself, the people that don't think like you, they're gonna be annoyed by you. They're gonna be like, 100%. why are you talking about improving yourself? Like, why are you talking about that? That's annoying.
Right.
And you will repel them. Like you will lose people in your life when you develop yourself.
Right. 100%. It can be tough to change, right? Yeah.
You gotta say goodbye to your old life.
Yeah, in a way. to your old self, maybe old
self.
friends, maybe depends, you know.
When your old self is dying, that's painful because your mind is suffering. Like when you're evolving out of your old self, like almost
Feels
like a
dying, yeah.
like a metamorphosis, right? Like you're the caterpillar in the cocoon, and in the cocoon, your whole self is dissolving.
Right.
And when you come out, you're somebody else. Something like that.
It does sound scary, but but I guess it's worth it, right? Like we all want to evolve, and like why not just have your desire and just go for something, whatever it is, and you know, because at the end of the day, like you know, just I don't know, just what else are you gonna do, right? Just have a desire to do something, right? Unless you want to do nothing, but even when you do nothing, I don't know, just.
I mean, some people decide to live in a cave forever. That's not for me. That's not my thing. Yeah. Because I still want to experience family. I can't do that if I live in a cave.
Yeah.
But some people do decide to just live in a cave forever, like in India or something.
Or you could have a family and maybe live in like a forest or something. Like you chill from all like away from all technologies and stuff, but like
a little hunter-gatherer family, just hunting squirrels and shit.
But it's still nice to have like community, right? And like people around.
Yeah,
so it's
nice.
Yeah.
He mentions creative imagination. That imagination plays a crucial role in activating the sixth sense.
Yes. We talked about that chapter 2 earlier, I think. Imagination.
This is visualization, right?
Yeah, it's part of it.
He says by vividly visualizing your goals and immersing yourself in the feeling of their achievement, you tap into this powerful force. I believe that, dude. I just experienced that. Although it was scary for me in the beginning because I would visualize what I want, I would feel the emotions, and in the beginning I felt so scared, like, oh my god, but what if it doesn't happen? And then so much fear would just flood me, and I would lose it. That happened to me for like over a month. Like I would imagine what I want. It's like, oh my god, that's so amazing, dude. I would fucking do anything for that. Like, and then like, but what if it doesn't happen? Fuck.
Yeah, it's crazy, right?
Yeah.
So the fear starts to grow and doubt and also indecision. In my case, at least, it's the indecision part that gets me all the time. Like, but
what really helped me a lot was by decreasing short-term pleasure. My happiness baseline increased, and I felt more safe to say like, okay, even if the thing that I really want, if it doesn't happen, I can still be happy. I'm learning how to increase my happiness baseline on my own without the thing that I want. When that shift happened, then I could visualize it, feel the emotions of, oh my god, that's so amazing, and then just let it go. Instead of being like, oh my god, what if I fucking lose it? Like, I was just like, that's an amazing visualization. I'm gonna let it go now. I'm gonna just be chill and just mind my own business for a while.
Sweet.
And not obsess about like, oh my god, what if it doesn't happen? But that feeling is terrible.
Just control what you can't control.
Exactly.
And then just have, I guess, like just whatever happens, and like it's easier to attract maybe what you want.
Exactly.
Like, when you lose that you need it, like you absolutely need it, although desire like is important, but still having that chill mindset, carefree of it.
Like is this also something that is taught in like pickup coaching?
100%, yeah.
It's not, because even in somewhere in this book he mentioned attracting what you want is so similar to attracting a lover. It's like the same techniques.
Right.
Because if you get one-itis, you're scared of losing that person, right?
That's true, yeah. Oh, they talk about later in the book, lots of love and all those fears, right?
Yeah. Communication with the subconscious. That's a skill. That's a skill all in itself. How to communicate with the subconscious.
Right. Well, how do you communicate to your subconscious? How do you become, I guess, more aware of it? And how do you get it to your advantage to reach your desire?
Well, before I mention how I am trying to do it, I should first mention the technique that is encouraged by Mind Valley, and that is like they encourage like you go into like a meditation for a few minutes, right? And then you visualize like a cinema curtain, and then the curtain's open and there's a countdown. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And when it hits 0, then you've just fallen into a deep meditation where you've gone into your subconscious, and then you start to plant the seeds you want in there. And then the same thing, you visualize what you want and you feel the emotions of it. That's important, to feel the emotions of what you want to happen. So because your mind doesn't know when you imagine if it's reality or not, right?
That's true, yeah.
Whatever you visualize, your mind just thinks that's real.
Correct,
and it makes sense, because look, what about when somebody's scared of a monster in the closet? It feels like there's actually a monster in the closet. Yeah. So what if you flip that into something that you want to happen? Then you would visualize something awesome in the closet.
Right. Sunshines and rainbows and pot of gold or whatever it is. Yeah.
Or you can just choose to believe. You can choose to believe whatever you want. That's the thing. You can choose your beliefs. Because our beliefs have been installed by other people anyways. So when you realize that, then you can just choose your beliefs. You can install and uninstall as you want.
Yeah, at least you can try update the software in your brain. At least try to choose from your conditionings, from your surroundings.
Yeah, you can choose your conditionings. You can like condition yourself however you want once you realize that. Or some people that are really spiritual, they uninstall everything and they're just left with like just like straight up consciousness. And some people choose
like
to
a
live that way.
probably or something.
Yeah, exactly.
Or just not think much at all, just like
I think people like him, like their life became that way not out of choice, but just that was just wasn't in the cards for them.
You're right.
Because he was about to kill himself, right? Before he...
Yeah, very depressed and stuff.
Yeah.
But like, the kind of consciousness shift, I guess, happened for him.
Yeah.
So,
It's like, I can't live with myself. Wait, who's myself?
Yeah.
Short circuit.
Shout out to Eckhart Tolle. Really nice. Spiritual teacher, and it's crazy. But like, he talks about like meditation and stuff like that, right? Like being present to the moment, which is important. But you also have to see that, okay, he did that. He did sit in the park benches for months and months and not really think much. But in the end, he still like had the desire. He maybe produced something, and he still wrote books how to achieve this peace of mind. So it's not like he was just sitting in a cave and he did nothing, right? He still achieved something. So he had a desire too. I suppose, and he also helped a lot of people, many people, millions of people. So it's not just being spiritual, but you still have an ego, quote unquote ego, and you still write books. You still do something, right? And you contribute, and you also get financial gain, I suppose, right? So
I feel like
that's not his main goal, but
I feel like when your mind gets really quiet, there's then suggestions from, let's call it infinite intelligence, right? Like suggestions appear, and then it's up to you whether you do them or not.
Right.
Yeah. So and then I wonder, what about the guys in the caves? Do they just ignore the suggestion, or do they just receive none, and they just feel like, I should just chill here forever? And I wonder how...
They probably feel like a normal human, like you want to do this or that, but just like Buddha, I think he was just sitting still till he'll get his enlightenment or whatever. And I don't know how long it took, but like...
I mean, the story is that like, so he was a prince, right? He left his family, he left his wife and kid to awaken. And for the first time he sees poverty because like his family had shielded him from seeing any kind of sickness or any kind of negative things. So finally he saw what dying looks like, what sick people look like. And the whole time he's seeking enlightenment, right? To the point where he's just eating like one grain of rice a day, and like his body is like deteriorating. And because other monks have told him, this is how you wake up, this is how you become enlightened.
He looked for methods for like 10 years.
Like sitting in the cold ice, letting his skin just like get like like frostbite and shit. Like
there's a lot of methods that deny the body, but like through the body he actually discovered the enlightenment in the end, right?
Well, the thing is like enlightenment is like, some people will think that enlightenment is killing your ego, right? But there's a paradox that if you're trying to kill the ego, the one who's trying to kill the ego is the ego.
It's from the other door, back door.
So it's still thing, you're still stuck in the same rat race. So when
you start from the same start. So
Buddha realizes that after he's like almost killed his body from eating so little, like he's almost died, and then he realized, oh, I fucked up. Like this is not how to do it. Goes to meditate for 2 days under the tree, and then boom, and that's it. Paradigm shift. Just never the same again.
That's awesome.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know if that will happen to us or not. We'll just find out. We'll just surrender to whatever intuition suggests you, and then just see what the hell happens. There's hopefully still a lot of time left to see what happens.
Right. But yeah, still have a goal, still have a desire. Coming back from chapter 2, I guess attaining enlightenment could also be a desire, I suppose.
Which is a trap.
Which is a trap.
Yeah. Like Eckhart
Tolle.
Tolle.
Buddha also says that the desire is like the root of all evil, basically, right? Which is
or suffering.
Suffering, yeah.
Yeah. Or attachment is connected to suffering.
Yeah.
Yeah. But we still desire to breathe air. Like I can't hold my breath forever. I still need to breathe.
Desire to drink water.
Exactly. Like the basics.
Reproduce.
Reproduce is like a basic desire.
Just sex, yeah.
The only difference is that your life doesn't depend on it. But you still have that biological craving to do that because your species' life does depend on it. It's like you're physically.
I think in Maslow's hierarchy of needs, it's still at the bottom though. Like it's still the same as shelter and food, and I think sex is right there as well. So,
just choose what it means for you. Just choose that.
Right. Because maybe you could choose to transmute that sexual energy. Yeah. Like we discussed before in chapter 11. And at least we have tried. I think you have tried, and I have tried, but it's tough. And also, I think most people only achieve that mastery maybe after they reach age of 40 or something.
Like he mentions a lot about like age of 40, even age 50.
50, yeah. So a lot of people think, oh, you're too old or whatever to succeed and get your goals done when you're like 40, 50. But it's actually, that's the peak, right? As a man, you can actually get the most done in that lifetime, which is very encouraging because I'm only 30 right now and you're like 33?
33, yeah.
33. So it's like, and we're trying to understand these things and like working it right now. So it's a little bit easier maybe. A little bit older.
I think we're like way ahead of the game.
Oh, and then hopefully, but like don't want to be too cocky.
I mean, but it's just faith though. It's just faith.
It's just faith.
Yeah, it's like I feel faithful that we're going to attract some really amazing things. 100%. For sure. I don't know why. I just feel this year's going to be so good. I don't know why. Year of the Dragon or something. I don't know. It just feels so goddamn good.
Year of Fuk? No, Year of
Fuk Long?
The Vietnamese language.
Oh, right. Yo, here when he talks about communication with your subconscious, he talks about prayer too.
Prayer, yeah, 100%.
I mean, I'm not religious at all, so like I don't do some kind of religious prayer, but I do give thanks in advance for the things that I feel are coming. Yeah, I'll give thanks in advance, like, oh, thank you for helping me find a solution to this problem I've been having. Right. Like, thank you for keeping me calm while I'm learning how to be patient or something like. I guess that's the kind of prayer that I've been using because I don't use any religious prayer because I don't follow any religion. Right.
Yeah, personally, I would use gratitude sometimes, but
that's super powerful.
That's definitely powerful. That's
super powerful.
But sometimes I forget in our like daily life. You're just like, oh, I have to do this, do that, and then it's like, so usually your mind is, I think, complaining on autopilot sometimes, right? Yeah. At least in my case, and a lot of people's cases. Yeah. But to take time and to actually appreciate all the little things, like, I guess you're more likely to attract better things first of all, and second of all, you're also just happier because you're just appreciating what you got already, right? So,
and that links back to reducing your short-term pleasure because when you reduce them, it's easier to be grateful because you're not so jaded anymore. Like, because before that, it's like, this is boring, bro.
Yeah, you just want to chase that next dopamine hit.
Like I've met people like, hey, how was your trip to Dubai? Like, nah, boring. The food sucked. Yeah, you know how it is. Like, yeah,
that's true.
I've seen people order like pizzas and not finish all of it and then just say like, yeah, just let them throw it away. And there's like 3/4 of an entire pizza pie left, and they're okay with like, fuck it, just trash it.
Yeah,
like it's not that good anyways.
I mean, if you're not gonna eat it all, throw it away, I guess. Or you could store it in the fridge. You could give it to your friends.
What about this, like the harmony with mentors that he would visualize a mastermind with historical people? So that means he must have really researched them really deeply if he knew exactly how they would behave, right, in that meeting. Because if I visualize fucking Lincoln, Einstein, and whatever, like and Jesus right now, like I find it difficult to visualize exactly how they would behave. I haven't researched all of them that
100%.
deeply.
Similar here. Oh yeah, in the book, so they talked about, so chapter 14 again, right? It's the sixth sense, and this is like the crazy part. Napoleon Hill, that was his first time of admitting this, that he did it for years. He had this like multitude of counselors, right? Like in his head, that he did in his head is not like real. So it's like a mastermind, like mentors, real life mentors, like Abraham Lincoln, like Emerson, Thomas Edison,
Voltaire, Napoleon
Hill. I mean Napoleon, sorry,
not Dynamite.
Yeah, the emperor, right, France. But like he had like multiple of counselors. He also had different people in the end. But like he did like every night, right? Like for example, like 8 people around a table, and first of all he would research them all, and some of them were like alive too at the time. Like Edison was alive at the time. Like he mentioned that, like, oh, I actually do this, and Edison was like, well, it's maybe more real that you realize, or something like that. Yeah. That was like trippy, and he sometimes would mention it's like he doesn't know if it's even real or not. Like it just feels really real at some points, and then like at some point it became really freaky that he stopped. Yeah. And then he tried it again later, and I think I've tried something similar when I actually read the book first time. Well, not read, but an audiobook like 10 years ago. I did something similar. At least I had in my dream, like Bill Gates speaking something that he would say that kind of makes sense. Maybe Elon Musk, people like that. And I would like wake up and I'm like, yeah, that kind of makes sense. But it was like more in my dream. It wasn't like conscious effort that I would do like every night. Like them, I haven't really practiced it like that, but I think it would definitely work, especially if you, I guess, research people and you know what they're about. So you can imagine having like little mentors, like the best of the best in the world, and like, because that definitely can help you like a lot with your goals and everything. If you have mentors, and if you kind of have real mentors, you can have books. But if you don't even have books, or if you have books, you could still have this imaginary type of mentorship thing you can practice in your mind. So it sounds a little bit spooky or creepy or just crazy maybe thinking, but I do think it does work. So and that's the like 13th step of riches, the last one. It's not like really that necessary or that much research, but like that was like just an interesting point that you can try to, I guess, train your creative mind or this infinite intelligence. Try to train your sixth sense.
Yeah, I like when I think about infinite intelligence and accessing it, I just think about getting out of the way and letting it come through. Yeah. Like to not be looking so hard with my rational mind, just let it come through. Because I feel like the infinite intelligence, it is not something rational. It's so abstract that you can't even imagine like what it is or where it comes from. You can't even imagine. Like whenever you imagine, that's not it. It's just something just unimaginable.
Right. And sometimes when you just shut the fuck up in your head, you're like, you can observe and you're like, you're more in peace, and then like you understand the direction you should maybe take, you know, in your life, and whatever goal that is, desire you have, specific goal that you wrote down, and specific riches or relationship, fitness. If you just shut up sometimes, like it's just easier to just know the answers more and what to do, right?
And like I know I said you should shut the fuck up, but like you should be nice to yourself.
Yeah, that's true.
It's like, because if you're mean to yourself, that's adding more cloud into your mind actually.
Yeah, that can happen. Yeah.
So you just have to just let, it's like, you know, like those snow globes from Christmas when you shake them and then you put it down and it just settles. So like do that to your mind. Find a place where you can do that. For me, it's like it could be in the shower sitting down. I let the water hit me, and then that's me like
you can probably imagine your like waterfall or something is coming, right?
When I put it to cold water, I think it's a waterfall. I just think of Fu Walk.
Nice.
That's it. Yo, chapter 15, business fear. Its cause and cure.
What's that?
Business fear.
Business
chapter
fear.
15.
Okay.
I guess this is the fears, right? The
fears. 6 fears that we all got. So we described in the book all the steps. Well, we try to internalize ourselves, talk about it. Now we talk about it in person, which is nice. And now it comes to like 6 fears, right? If you have any of those 6 fears, sometimes it can like you can sabotage yourself with like trying to attain riches or whatever goal it is.
Dude, now that I think about it, what we're gonna say right now, this is gonna be a short video, like this part right here, because this is the six ghosts of fear. And the 6 ghosts of fear that Napoleon Hill describes are the fear of poverty, the fear of criticism, the fear of ill health, the fear of a loss of love, the fear of old age, and the fear of death. Those are the 6 ghosts of fear that he mentioned.
Right. There's many other fears, but they can all be linked back to these basic 6 fears, right?
I want to talk about the fear of criticism.
Okay.
Why is that even a thing? Why do we even experience that?
In the book, I think they tried to describe as like, these marketers, like in 1890s, like it was popular to wear this kind of dress, whatever. But now, imagine like telling like women to wear this in 1930s, like it would be embarrassing. Like it maybe comes from that, or I don't know where. But honestly, like I think it's always been like right in history, right? It's like you always think about what are people think of you. I think the older you get, the more you realize it doesn't really matter, honestly, what other people think. Because other people are also like too busy thinking what other people are thinking of them, so they're not even thinking about you, you know.
Exactly.
But sometimes we get like paralyzed, or like we try to like supplicate, or you know, like just try to like, I don't know, just we're just afraid of what other people think. So for me, it's definitely been the case too. Like in the past, like I'm not ideal. I'm still like that sometimes, but I remember like specifics vividly. Like sometimes I would do like presentation in front of the class, and I would like have my like I don't know, my legs shaking. I would feel like afraid because I would just think about what other people think about me right at that moment. But honestly, it doesn't really matter, right? It doesn't.
And like I mean we all experience that, and it looks like it's like a caveman hardwiring that we've it's been carried down from the human caveman years, where like if you weren't accepted by your tribe, they would push you out to die in the wild, right?
You would be alone, and if you're alone from like 150 people tribe, you're fucked.
So now
just for swearing, but
so now imagine like humans evolving with that survival mechanism and just being carried on till 2024. Or our brain forgot that, like, wait, I can survive without acceptance. I'm not in the jungle anymore. I'm not being chased by like tigers. I can just go to Family Mart and buy a sandwich.
Well, it's still hard. You want to feel, I guess, part of the group. You want to feel accepted.
I feel like that's still the hard one.
Which is not necessarily bad. Like I think it does come down to what do you actually want. You have to have your own desires, right?
Yeah, so I think like to want a tribe is not a bad thing.
Yeah,
but to be scared of not being accepted is a different topic, right? Then it's like why are you scared? You don't feel your tribe is about to find you? Like why are you scared?
Right. That's some deep fear, and you know, because you're expelled and you die, and you also cannot reproduce, right? Because everybody like, and that's like, or like maybe you have your own opinion or something. Maybe some alpha male comes and just like punches you in the face with a rock or whatever, and like, and you're messed up for life. So it's like, so these days still maybe some things can happen, but like there's like 8 billion people, and there's so many things happening, and like you can make your own tribe and like just have your own opinions, because like it's better, I guess, just have your own opinion on something, because like you're gonna attract people that genuinely love you, and there's gonna be people maybe that hate you, but at least you're not gonna be in the middle, which is not necessarily bad. Like I had a friend who said, he's pretty successful himself financially. He said that if you don't have haters, you're doing something wrong.
That makes sense. That makes sense. Because when you take action, some people get annoyed, even if your action is good. Right.
And you can also attract the people that you would want to hang out with, and they don't hang out with you because you have your own, like a way of doing things.
People that they know how to be happy for you and help you celebrate like when you win. It's definitely nice to have
those people around instead of people that criticize you and put you down,
or that convince you that you should be complaining.
What's that?
Or people that convince you that you should be that you should feel like a victim. Oh man, they did this to you, man. It's so unfair, man. They did it to me too.
In that book they talk about all those questions in chapter 15. I didn't have time to answer them all, but those are really nice questions that could like help. You understand like who are the people who basically bring you up, who are people maybe bring you down? What are your maybe one of those fears? What is your goal, etc., etc. And so it's I'll definitely do that.
What about this next fear? The fear of old age.
Old age, yeah.
Why would that be a major fear?
Depends. Maybe for a woman it's slightly more because for them they associate old age with their looks, but also for men, for everybody, like when you lose your, I guess, sex appeal or whatever, like it's slightly decreasing. Like nobody wants that. It's talked about in the book.
Now this connected. Right? Now this connected to the fear of criticism, right? Because you still want to be accepted, and if you get old, if you're like old like a raisin, then you will receive less attention and less acceptance. Yeah,
possibly. There's a lot of lonely old people, but like, but sometimes maybe it's like a self-fulfilling belief, right? They're like, oh, I'm this and that.
Usually.
And also, like, most people like stop making new friends by the time they're like 20, 30 years old, right? So like, maybe you only meet some new coworkers in the future, but you don't really meet too many new people. And once you get older, it's just less and less new people that you meet. There's only your partner and maybe your kids. Your kids maybe grow up, they move somewhere, whatever. So, so it's important, I guess, to just maintain your social thing, your social brain, your social species, and then, But what else about the old age? What do you think about that? Why is it so, why would people be afraid of that?
I guess like there's a fear that you're losing something, right?
Right.
Maybe losing like physical strength.
Yeah, mental acuity.
Yeah.
Ability to do something.
Ability to do stuff. Yeah.
Yeah.
But then also, what's good about old age? There has to be something good, right?
Yeah, you just become wiser, and especially when you're 40, 50, it's not even old, but like those are like the best, wisest years. You can really build a lot, and then when you're even older, 60, 70, like you're still wise, and you can choose to be happy, content, ideally, and just try to maintain your health.
Like when I think of old age, I think of like maybe 85 or something like that. Like.
Yeah, 85 is okay.
Nice.
But you already decided you're gonna live till 96, right?
Yeah, I decided I decided my death year is 2086.
And so it cannot be 69, it has to be 96.
First I thought I'm gonna die when I'm 69 because that would be so fun.
But it's still young, sort of.
Yeah. Then in that moment, I had kind of lost hope that I could make my dream life happen. So I thought I'll just die when I'm 69. But then I was like, wait a second, like that's kind of too young. Let me flip it to 96. So I'm gonna die when I'm 96. Yeah. I don't know if I will actually die when I'm 96, but just choosing my death year keeps it in my mind. Like every month that goes by, I just feel like I'm a little bit closer. Am I living how I want to live?
Exactly.
Like, am I living exactly how I want to live, or at least moving in that direction?
Right.
Because if not, then I'm fucking up.
Yeah.
I don't know what happens after this life. I don't know if I get recycled into a new human. I could come back as a hamster or something, or just reappear in another planet somewhere else that has like a totally different norm.
Totally different laws of physics.
Yeah, like I don't know. Like, I don't know what's gonna happen after this. So let me just do what I can with this what you time that I have right now. Yeah. Right.
But yeah, hopefully by 69 years old you can still do 69. Right? That's the goal.
I'm sure I can.
You gotta do it.
Go. Another fear. The fear of. Is this? Okay, I guess this is a little bit different, right? Just ill health. The fear of ill health.
Right.
I guess at any age, not just an sick old person, but fear of ill health. Doesn't that make you sick faster?
I mean, you just worry about some stuff maybe that you shouldn't really worry, right? Like, if you're ill or whatever, just go to the doctor if you need. But
it's like, are you looking for evidence that you are sick? Because if you're looking for that evidence, you will find it.
Right.
And you'll just feel sick. Yeah. Right. But what if you look for evidence that you're healing? What would happen? Like just as an experiment, what would happen? Just try it for like a week or 2 weeks and then just see what happened. Yeah, experiment.
Yeah.
Why not experiment? But some people will say like, oh, but I just can't do that. It's like, okay, well, if you've decided you can't do that, then that's it. That's your reality.
Yeah, they talked about symptoms, what you got when you have this ill health thing. I forgot specifically, but those are pretty interesting ones, and yeah. But he talks about in the book that that most clinicians also agree that 75% of the diseases that people have are like mind-made. What does he call hyper or something tension?
I forget. Hypertension. I don't know actually.
Yeah, I forgot the word. And even in these days, you can talk to doctors. Some of them they all say it's all in your head, sort of. So just kind of true.
It's like our anxiety and stuff is self-made.
And some people also like medicate it with like maybe weed or drugs or whatever it is.
Yeah, whatever your choice is.
Yeah. So which is not really treating the cause.
True. Yeah, you have to sit in that burn. You just gotta sit in it so that you find out why it's happening.
Correct.
But it is challenging. But it's helpful if you have other friends that are doing the same. Then you can help.
Who are on a path and who can help you.
Then you can help each other.
Right.
About the fear. Okay, so we talked about old age and ill health, but now is the fear of straight up death.
Fear of death.
The fear of death. But I feel like death feels almost like traveling. Like when you travel for example, from here to America, I feel like, okay, I'm gonna die to this life for a second and go to a completely different universe with different rules and norms and people and shit, different streets.
Yeah, but you still maintain your ego and your stuff, your body. But then I guess when you die, you also travel, I guess, but where are you gonna go? Like nobody knows, right?
Yeah, I don't know.
It's just a mystery.
I don't know.
Yeah.
I just feel like if somebody dies before me, then they travel to the next place before me, and then I'll just travel later.
Yeah, maybe I'll join them, or maybe they'll just travel somewhere else. But we're just all aliens or something.
Yeah, we'll find out, I guess, after.
Yeah, but it's interesting. But then, what do you think about this? Death, fear of death.
Oh, like why would somebody fear death?
I mean, I guess it's understandable why, but I don't know. I guess why?
I think it's also like hardwiring. Like nobody wants to die, and even animals are also avoid death.
No, of course. It's like their survival mechanism.
Yeah.
Survive and reproduce. That's it.
Although, like, I'm sure animals aren't thinking about it ever. Just when it happens.
It's instinct.
Yeah, just when it happens, they deal with it. But people, because we're so creative, we can think about it for years and feel terrible.
Right, which can be scary. But on the other hand, like when you know you could die someday, at least it can make you like in your case, maybe you're gonna die at age maybe 96. Like in my case, maybe also a similar age. Then you have limited time. Maybe it's like I don't know, 20,000 days or whatever it is. Like it's just like each day matters, and even if you feel bad at some day, like who cares? Like just try to get a little bit better each day.
And now that you said that, like now that you said that, like when you count how many days, that hits harder.
Harder, yeah. Because that's the currency we got. That's like the most important currency. It's not dollars. It's not Bitcoin. It's not anything else. It's your time. So
that's true.
I guess it's better to be broke in money and be rich in time than be rich in money and broke in time. Right? Although it depends. Like if you're an old person and overachieve, like I think you're pretty satisfied to die at that point because you experienced so much and you lived so much. I guess that's the goal, to to just be at that age, to be like satisfied. Like I actually did so many things and fuck it. I'm not really afraid of death anymore. But I guess it's understandable, especially when you're younger. You're still living a long life, and something can happen any day. You never know. So,
that is true.
Yeah.
What about this one? The fear of poverty.
Fear of poverty.
Which I guess we mean financial poverty, right?
Yeah, it's financial one. Well, I just feel maybe scared. Like in that book, at least, it's described like maybe like you feel like less than something. I don't know. Less than equal to like other people, and you're like enemies of people that even have jobs, normal people. Because I guess it was written back in 1929 when jobs are really scarce and stuff like that. So these days it's like it's harder to relate, because I think it's like work. It's easy to find. Like you can work. It's just the type of pay that you get. Like usually people complain about that. Right? Just a low pay. Like there's so many jobs that can always work. Some entry level jobs, but usually you start out pretty low. Sometimes. But also in the book they describe, actually it's unrelated, but like they describe that you don't have to start from the bottom. You can start from like step 2 and 3. You don't have to start with starting jobs. But anyway, what do you think about this fear of poverty?
I don't know. At least like me living here in Vietnam, I feel like that me as an American expat, I will never have to worry about that.
Mm-hmm.
So it just hasn't even been on my mind.
Mm.
And also, I just feel that there's a way to attract money anyway. So then, why would I be scared of poverty?
Right.
I just never think about it. Yeah. Not because I'm trying to avoid it. I just don't even think about it.
Right.
Yeah.
What do you think most people have this when they have this fear? What do they think about? Do they think about becoming like a bum or something?
Maybe, right? Like being homeless.
Oh yeah, especially in America where the rents are just crazy expensive.
Yeah. There could be a sense of shame or something like that.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Right.
There's so much fear in there. There's so much
uncertainty and stuff. And it also in the book it talks about that men usually experience this more than women. It's rare that you see a beat down woman on the street just struggling for $1. It's rarer. It's not impossible, but yeah.
And then the final fear, which was the biggest one that I had to learn to deal with recently, just a few months ago, is loss of love. Which I guess we should say. Should we say romantic love?
Yeah, probably. Yeah,
loss of
love. Yeah. Fear of losing someone.
That was my biggest fear. Above ill health, above poverty. I was terrified of that. Yeah. But because I was terrified of that, it pushed that away from me.
Yeah. So you attracted something that you didn't want to attract? Like, because you thought about it? But because you were afraid?
Also, there's like, because I was scared of not having enough, I would always be searching for more. So even if I had the right person with me, eventually I would find some excuse to say, nah, you know what, maybe this isn't it. So I have to go keep looking. And then I just kept doing that.
Yeah.
And I would ask myself, why? I'm seeing a pattern in my behavior. Why am I doing that? And then when I thought I stopped doing that, I did it again. Yeah. And then that was the last one. After that, when I realized that, I was like, dude, I fucked up. Yeah. And so then after that, then I had to learn to be happy on my own. So I wouldn't have to be afraid of losing love from somebody. It had, because my options were either learn how to love myself more, or just suffer every day. Like those were my two options. So I was like, I have to learn how to love myself more because I can't handle much more of this.
Right. Because you're born in this body, and at least you got you forever, but nothing's like guaranteed, right? The other person, and even if it is forever that you meet someone, like still it's not forever. Maybe it's like 50 years, 40 years.
Yeah, true.
So, yeah.
But also it's a good idea to love yourself before you start with somebody else, because then you're not using them to make you feel better.
Yeah. Which would never work anyway, right?
You're not like a leech anymore, sucking the energy out.
Sucking energy, and maybe they need something from you need something from them, and then it's like what kind of relationship? What is it called? Codependent, right? Codependent. So then at that you become interdependent, right?
Something you depend on each other to to feel stable, I guess.
Yeah, you're just stable. There's maybe like.
But if they break, then suddenly the stability is totally fucked.
What's that?
But if they break up, then that stability is totally fucked. If they depend on each other for that stability.
Well, yeah. If you're codependent, codependent relationships, they're not really that great.
So now imagine that you enter a relationship and you have the self-love already. Then when you meet this person that you care about so much, instead of using her or him to make you feel good, now you just share with them, because you already have all the good feelings and you've chosen this person. Like, I want to share with you because I want to. Like, that just feels right to me. So like, I want to share with this person. I'm not gonna suck any energy out of her.
Right. At least try.
Yeah, I'll try my best. Like, and if I ever do, then just tell me.
100%.
Yeah,
that's nice.
But I'll do my best.
Right, I'm happy for you. That's great, and I guess you applied actually the principles from the book too.
True, because as we were reading it every week, I was like, wait, the desire, I have the desire. I have it for a specific thing. So now I can try all of these things on it.
Exactly.
And it actually worked. Yeah, because this book is called Think and Grow Rich, but in reality, this book can be renamed as Think and Grow blank. You choose the thing. You just choose the thing. Like, it doesn't have to be money.
Yeah.
You choose whatever
it can
thing.
Be money, but
it can be.
Other things too. Yeah.
Because even when you attract the money, afterwards you will realize it didn't solve any of my nervous system issues that I haven't healed
maybe
yet.
you still feel empty or something.
So the money is not gonna give you peace or happiness. It will give you like some short-term pleasure, and it will feel good when you first get it. But eventually you'll shift back into your current default mode, whatever that is.
Right.
Until you do the inner work.
Nice.
So after the ghost of fear, he talks about developing courage. Replacing fear with courage is paramount for achieving success. And ways to improve courage, here it says, forming a mastermind. That's one of the ways.
That's what we're doing right now.
That's one of the ways.
So mastermind, you're having a multitude of counselors. Like it can be imaginary too, like he described in the previous chapter, or it could be with real people. You can meet like once a week, or it could be friends. It could be like us just talking about a book, like once a week, for example. Yeah. That's a mastermind too.
Yeah.
Like it's just two or more people, and then you connect, and that two separate minds become like something stronger, something like internalize and understand things better. Maybe about me, maybe I said something more about my goals, you understand about your goals more. Yeah. So it's just easier, and you just share more, and you're just less lonely too, you know.
True.
That's nice.
Yeah, actually, then you actually find your tribe. Yeah. Your tribe is like if you're someone who is trying to learn and develop themselves every day, then you will meet people like that.
Exactly, like-minded people. You're gonna attract that as a magnet.
Exactly. Yeah, and he mentions like some practical ways to develop courage is forming a mastermind. Taking action, and developing self-confidence. Okay. I guess it's try scary things and enjoy that, I guess. Next he talks about faith and optimism. Faith. I feel faith is super important, because if there's no faith, then you give up. I think by logic, right? Like if you don't have faith in something, then you will drop it. I think it makes sense.
Yeah.
Like in general, I think like.
Yeah, about anything in life. Yeah.
Like if I'm gonna get on a ship and I don't have faith that it can stay afloat, I'm gonna say fuck that. I'm not gonna get on that ship. Like,
it's gonna be like Titanic side of the situation.
Right. They had a lot of faith in that ship. Yeah. But what about this? Like how about this? Like not too abstract. Just having faith that you can find a solution to any challenge. How about just having that type of faith? That seems pretty like practical, not abstract, not religious, like not what do they call it? Like woo woo. People say woo woo a lot.
Or having faith, in your desire that you can achieve it, and maybe it's not gonna be in the time period you want. Like for example, Elon Musk is known for like having aggressive deadlines, but it does help to like just accelerate things faster. But I guess just have faith, like choose the desire you have, write it down, write the time period, and write down what you're going to do in return to achieve that money or health or relationship type thing you desire. And just have faith and read it twice a day. I haven't done that part, to be honest, reading part twice a day. But I have a goal. But I'm also like still like figuring out. I'm still like in this indecision part. That's one of the Achilles heel in my case, in my life. That's always been like the indecision thing, honestly. So, and the indecision, fear, and doubt. The three things are interconnected, right? It's like I guess indecision is like a seedling for like fear or doubt, and from that grows maybe like fear. So it's all interconnected. They all germinate together, like a seed. And it's like So at least becoming aware, I guess it's nice to have that first step.
I'm trying to think, like, why would indecisiveness happen? Is it because there's too many choices?
That could be one thing, especially in the modern world. But yeah, you're just wasting time, I guess, if you cannot decide, because if you're not going one way, you're gonna go the other way, right? Like if you're not having a goal that you're going for, you're gonna just slide down slowly. Because like in life, you don't just stay afloat. You either go up or down, right? So it's like, I guess it's important to choose a desire and make decisions and stuff. Yeah. But there's still like things out of my control. For example, in a lot of instances, says like, yeah.
Cool. Yeah, it says that faith and optimism are crucial for attracting opportunities and overcoming setbacks. Yeah, and it says it's important to have unwavering belief in oneself and one's potential.
So have faith in yourself, your potential, what you could become.
At least start with that, and then you can take it up a notch. Like, I have faith in infinite intelligence. I have faith that it will come through when I need it the most. So I don't have to freak out.
And you maybe have reference experience in the past where, I don't know, like where that infinite intelligence, where you've noticed it, or maybe prayer, for example, for some people, like maybe they've done it before and just noticed an improvement. So I have that in my life too, because I'm not like the big prayer guy or something, but I do believe it works. Like,
And like for me, like even though I'm not Christian anymore. I still like, if I just say thank you in my mind, I feel like it doesn't register so much. I have to do some kind of physical movement to confirm that I'm actually being grateful. So I still do sign of the cross, but I just changed the meaning for myself. I just made it work for me. That is how I say thank you, and it's also how I keep myself, like, keep my faith strong. Like, it's okay. Like, it's like a way to be nice to myself.
Right.
And it's really powerful. And I feel like almost embarrassed to do it in public. It's like, oh, somebody's gonna see me do this thing and they'll think I'm Christian or something, but I'm not. Like, I still have like some self-conscious feelings about that. Which means that I should just do it more. Like, it feels nice to just do it outside. After you do it, it feels nice.
Right.
It's like, because it's kind of like telling everybody, like, I have faith, right? But then also don't think you're Christian. Then and then I'd be like, I'm actually not Christian.
So if you do this, it doesn't necessarily mean you're Christian.
It can be whatever you want. You can choose whatever it is. You can make up a gang sign. I don't know. You can make up your own thing. But just this for me feels like I did it as a kid, and it was meaningless to me as a kid. Now I can do it and it actually has meaning. But I'm not religious anymore. Yeah.
Nice. I don't know why I'm thinking about this, why is it even related, but I'm thinking about like hugging trees. Like my favorite kind of tree is like palm tree, personally. Always like reminds me of holidays, just relaxing and just ocean and swimming and happy times. So yeah, sometimes I just like maybe hug a palm tree, I just feel better.
True.
Not hug, but just even like just feel it, because it feels similar like a human body. It's just there, right? And it's like trees have evolved for like millions of years, so it's alive. So there's some kind of energy there.
Yeah,
so
it's alive.
Yeah, it is alive. You can kind of feel it, but it does feel maybe embarrassing if you do that and other people are walking. Like, and I'm not gonna lie.
Then that goes back to fear of criticism,
exactly.
Right? Goes back to that.
So, but yeah, whatever it is, prayer or hugging trees or whatever it is, like, yeah,
just do whatever works for you.
Right.
Because look, when you talk about that,
sounds very woo, but like, we are getting to some practical shit too. Hopefully.
Like when I imagine hugging a tree, I imagine that being almost like a meditation for you, just like a grounding, peaceful moment. Or something.
Yeah, it's just some energy, and you just feel more peaceful, and you feel the trees alive, you're alive, and yeah, it's nice.
Yeah. So any final words on this?
About the whole book or chapters 14 and 15?
I think 14 and 15, and then we'll do the whole book.
We'll talk about a whole book later. Whew. I mean that,
like the Sixth Sense and then conquering fear.
Having that whatever daily or weekly meeting with like imaginary mentors, I think that will be an interesting
I want to try that now.
exercise. Should we do that? Maybe
I could imagine Elon, because like I have seen enough content of his to imagine.
Exactly. We watched some guys from YouTube, for example, Elon or whoever it is, Goggins, maybe Joe Rogan, whatever who it is. Maybe some people are there, like maybe you read about them.
Yeah.
Maybe we should practice. That should be our homework. Just try it at least once, right? Let's maybe
Like,
try it.
right now, when I think about who would I want to experiment the mastermind with, I would imagine Elon, Goggins, Kobe.
Yeah.
I would include Ronaldo too.
Okay.
I would include Ronaldo. I don't know who else.
Right. In my case, it definitely Elon. I don't know where he would sit. Maybe the opposite. But like, I forget. But like,
Dude, add Bruce Lee in there.
Bruce Lee.
Yo.
Bro.
Holy shit.
But yeah.
And Bruce Lee, there is a paper, supposedly a paper where you see like the Think and Grow Rich statement written out. It's like I want to acquire this much money by this date, and I will provide like exceptional like martial arts skills and movies.
Bruce Lee did that.
Signed by Bruce Lee.
So he applied that Think and Grow Rich book principles.
He was a philosophy major in university.
Wow. That's insane.
When I saw that, I was like, dude, I didn't even know that he did that too. What a trip.
That is trippy. Right, but yeah, let's experiment with that. And the audience listening, maybe you can try that too.
Dude, what if I add Denzel Washington into the mastermind?
I actually don't know.
That could fit. Oh, okay.
That could do that.
Yo, nice. This is cool. I didn't think about this, making my own mastermind with the people that I've researched in my own life. Zlatan, bro, you know Zlatan Ibrahimovic from Sweden?
Possibly.
I would include him for sure. Zlatan.
Yeah. Okay, so yeah, it would be nice to experiment with that and just see what's up. Because it's a nice way to, I guess, train your sixth sense like a muscle, I guess. And
yeah.
Because sometimes like we're just too much on these screens and phones and all that. We forget to be creative and so.
If you're using your phone just as a consumer, then that is your short-term pleasure drug. Yeah. So that's why it feels weird to let go of it and leave it somewhere else, because it feels like you need to check your things. Yeah. But if you use it as a producer, it's a different feeling. Then you don't care if you even crack the screen, because like, I'm a producer. I don't give a fuck about what I'm watching.
Yeah, producing versus consuming, it's definitely a mind shift. And sometimes just maybe shutting off technologies. In my case, it definitely has helped. In the past, I go to like Vung Tau or something, like a beach town, just shut off my phone for a day. I just feel so peaceful and quiet. I was like, I should do it more often, like maybe late at night, just don't use it when you don't need it. But some of it is tough, it's just like addiction, right?
I remember during a visa run in Phuket, my phone like kind of broke for a few days, and I felt so peaceful having no phone.
Yeah, and Phuket's a nice place too, man. It's like it's so peaceful there.
Oh, sorry for puking in that car while I was there. My bad.
Nobody knows.
I went to a party with my friend. His name is Pepper.
Party?
Yeah.
Nice.
And because he lived in Phuket at that time, he took me out to like the downtown area. We had a bunch of beers, and we went to this bar where like, if people paid, I think it's 1,000 baht. Somebody rings the bell and everybody gets a shot.
Oh, nice. Yeah.
I was just there having just maybe 2 or 3 beers. I never rang it once, but other tourists rang it so many times.
Oh, so you got free drinks?
I got free drinks, but I was drinking beer, and then suddenly I blink, and I'm just like, I'm drunk as fuck, like crawling by the seashore, just like,
Jesus Christ. Without a phone, huh? That sounds fun.
I got my phone wet.
That's what she said.
Yeah. I lost my sandals, I remember that.
That sounds like adventure.
And then
that's what life's about.
And then my friend drove me back to the hotel, and I totally puked in that car that he had borrowed from his friend.
Oh no! Oh, so it wasn't like an Uber or something.
No.
Oh no!
But before that, I had puked in Ubers in America, like on my birthday.
Oh God!
I think 2 Ubers in one night. I puked. Yeah, they ask my friend. They know.
Oh man, that's insane.
Yeah, man.
All right, so let's try that. Multi-cancelers. Are you gonna try? I think I'm gonna try it at least once.
Yeah. Elon, Goggins, Kobe, Ronaldo, Ibrahimovic, Bruce Lee. Was that it? I feel like I'm missing somebody.
Yeah, I can think about it. But yeah, let's practice and then see.
Yeah, I want to add Djokovic, but I haven't studied him enough to know what he would be like. But I think he would be a really good addition to that.
Right. So first of all, I would like to also take a questionnaire in the book, like answer all the questions, take the time to do that. So I think that will be like a homework for me at least, and you like try the counseling thing with imaginary mentors, which sounds maybe weird, but like it could be beneficial. And
somebody said for fear, like they renamed it like, what if fear just means like false evidence appearing real?
Yeah, 100%. Yeah. Because fear is just thinking in your head, right? It's just thoughts in your head.
It's just like the monster in the closet or under the bed. It feels so real when you think about it. Like as a kid, like, what if there's a monster under my bed? Yo, that would suck.
Right.
And what in faith?
Well, yeah.
Do whatever you have to do to keep your faith strong. Whatever method works for you, just do that.
Whether it's doing the cross thing.
Yeah, whatever.
Whether it's hugging a tree.
Yeah.
Whether it's
whatever.
Just, believing it.
Whatever works for you. Just
and don't worry what other people think, right? Because they're also concerned about themselves, right? What other people think of them.
Yeah, and you know what's funny? People that have no faith, they love to try to destroy your faith.
Yeah,
it's like they feel that everybody should be hopeless like that.
Yeah. So it's important to hang around people that bring you up.
Yeah,
so choose your social circle carefully and your friends.
Ideal.
So yeah.
Thanks guys, see you next time.
Peace. Yeah, so let's do this next week. It's gonna be fun.